Hello Man United fans. Welcome to Arise United. Manchester United have confirmed that Luke Shaw is out for a number of weeks with an unspecified muscle injury. Shaw has started both of United's Premier League matches this season. He has been a mainstay in the team at left back under Erik Ten Hag. United say he will miss an extended period with a muscle problem and haven't put a timescale on his return. He will miss Saturday's match against Nottingham Forest and is now a doubt for England's European qualifiers next month. A statement from United said, Manchester United defender Luke Shaw has sustained an injury which will rule him out of forthcoming games. The muscle issue is still being assessed, but the England left back is expected to be out of action for a number of weeks. United are currently preparing for Saturday's Premier League match against Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford. Ten Hag will give a clearer update on the United injury front during his pre-match press conference on Friday. Tyrell Malacia is also out injured, which leaves United short of options. Alvaro Fernandez is the most senior recognized left back at the club but had been touted as a potential departure before next Friday's transfer deadline. Diogo Dalot could come into the team and play on the opposite side, a role he has fulfilled before. United have suffered a spate of injuries in the last month. Kobbie Mainoo is still out with an ankle problem. Højlund is recovering from a stress hotspot fracture of the back, while Mount and Shaw have succumbed to muscular injuries in the last week. In a new development, Manchester United Academy graduate Brandon Williams has joined Championship side Ipswich Town on a season-long loan deal. The left back has played just 5 competitive minutes under Erik Ten Hag and featured in just 2 of United's 8 pre-season friendlies this summer. Williams has made a total of 51 senior appearances for his boyhood club, with all but one of them coming under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. After being loaned out to Norwich City for the 2021-22 season, the defender's maiden year under Ten Hag was initially hampered by injury. His sole appearance under the Dutchman came in a cameo outing during the 2-0 Carabao Cup win over Burnley in United's first game back from the World Cup break in December. Addressing his temporary move to Portman Road, where he has been reunited with former United first-team coach Kieran McKenna, Williams told the club's website, "It feels good to be down here and I can't wait to get started. I'm coming here to hopefully get into the team and play a lot of games. There is some very good competition, which is a great challenge, but I'm excited to meet the players and get started. I played a lot of games when I broke through at United and have had a couple of tough seasons, too, so it's good for me to get back out and start playing again." In other news, Lisandro Martinez says there is a feeling of togetherness in the Manchester United camp despite a sluggish start to the season. The Reds narrowly beat Wolves in their opening fixture before succumbing to Tottenham on Saturday following a poor performance. Fans are expecting a better display at home to Nottingham Forest on Saturday ahead of the trip to Arsenal the following weekend. Martinez, who conceded an own goal against Spurs, enjoyed a successful first year at United, winning a trophy in qualifying for the Champions League, having seen his side lose their first 2 games of the season. He explained why he is positive that United can push on this time around. In an interview with GQ, he said, "I have a good feeling. There's an incredible energy in this team, a big ambition, a strength, a hunger to win titles and taste glory. Honestly, we feel like a team and not just the players. I'm including the kit men, the doctors, the trainer and his staff. We're fortunate to be at one of the best clubs in the world. We're conscious and thankful for that, so we will work and then work some more." Martinez's maiden campaign was curtailed by a metatarsal injury sustained against Sevilla in the Europa League quarter-finals. He was helped off the pitch by Gonzalo Montiel, now of Nottingham Forest, and Marcos Acuna, having been unable to put any weight on his foot. Reflecting on the match in which he picked up his injury, Martinez said, "I felt 1,000 different emotions that night. I was carried off the pitch by 2 opponents, players from my country. My girlfriend was crying a lot in the dressing room. Me? I felt positive. I said to myself, what can I do to control this situation? Yes, it was serious. But I thought, okay, this is a message. A message for me to be positive, to work, to recuperate, and not just to return, but to return a much better player. And now I'm already a better player. Sometimes things happen for a reason. Football is very honest. We should have scored 4 goals against Sevilla, we didn't. There's a lesson there. We must learn and come back stronger. And I must do the same." In similar news, defender Victor Lindelof has said that he has had no problem with starting Manchester United's opening 2 Premier League fixtures this season on the bench. The Swede, who joined United from Benfica back in 2017, has watched Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez start the opening 2 games in the heart of the back 4. They formed Erik Ten Hag's first-choice centre-back partnership last season and were hugely successful alongside each other. Lindelof, however, finished last season as a regular starter for United after Martinez fractured a metatarsal against Sevilla in the Europa League in April. As a result, Lindelof started the Reds' last 9 Premier League games of the season, plus both the FA Cup semi-final against Brighton Hove Albion and the final against Manchester City. Martinez, however, recovered well and made good progress ahead of United getting their pre-season campaign underway last month, reclaiming his place and demoting Lindelof back to the bench. Despite losing his spot, Lindelof, who replaced Martinez at halftime during the Reds' 1-0 win over Wolves last Monday evening, welcomes the competition for places, insisting it is important to have. I think it is great to have competition for places. We have talked about the level that I want to be at, and at this level there should be competition for places, otherwise it is not right. We are playing at the biggest club in the world, so there should be players who are competing for different positions. It is not a problem, I like it, and I think Varane and Martinez have been playing great together. Like I have said as well, when I've played, I think I have been performing well. There are a lot of games in a season. Lindelof added. I am going into my 7th season here in the Premier League, so I know what I am capable of on the pitch and I know what level one can be at. But like I have said, it is always nice to be playing and being able to help my teammates to win games. That is why I play football. I think I have shown my qualities, and I think I played about 35 games or something last season, and it is always nice to be out there. Similarly, Facundo Pellistri says he learns a lot from his inclusion in Manchester United's first team setup and sees competition for places as a good thing. The Uruguay winger could leave for Sheffield United on loan this summer, with staff impressed with the 21-year-old but keen for him to continue his development with regular game time, something that cannot be guaranteed at Old Trafford. There are just 8 days of the transfer window remaining, but a switch may only be struck late on as Paul Heckingbottom assesses his options at Bramall Lane amid the Premier League rule that a club can only have 2 loan players at any one time. Pellistri, who made his first team debut in January, has made 12 senior appearances for United but has started just once. While he had to wait for his first outing under Erik Ten Hag, who is a fan of the attacker and included him in his US tour squad, Pellistri says he has gained a lot from being a part of the main squad. Being here, all the players are top players, he told club media. So when you train here, you learn a lot. Every session is like being at Harvard because you have the best of the best. So, in training, you improve a lot. Last year, I stayed all the season and I improved a lot in all aspects. And, of course, to be here and to live the way United is, you also gain a lot of experience. Pellistri has featured in both of United's opening games of the season against Wolves and Tottenham as a substitute, and some fans are calling for him to start ahead of Antony against Nottingham Forest on Saturday. The youngster is competing with Antony and Jadon Sancho for minutes on the right wing, something the player himself believes is a healthy scenario. He added, "We have very good players and the competition is there, but we have good competition. We support each other. The one who is best in the moment will play, because the important thing for all of us, for the group, is to achieve trophies. And the manager always says also that the important thing is the squad. Last year, the squad took an important role. So that's the way we see things. Everyone can play. And you have to be all together to achieve great things." In other development, Manchester United are close to agreeing a 1-year deal with defender Johnny Evans. The Northern Irishman secured a surprise return to the club after leaving Leicester City as a free agent at the end of the season following their relegation to the Championship. Evans departed United in 2015 after coming through the youth system and going on to win the Champions League and 3 Premier League titles under Sir Alex Ferguson. The 35-year-old was given a lifeline by Erik Ten Hag this summer as he joined United's pre-season tour of the United States to maintain his fitness. Ten Hag is said to have been impressed by Evans and will offer him a 1-year deal in the coming days. He offers Premier League experience to a United defense that at times conceded heavily last season and was left short of injury cover when Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez were unavailable. Luke Shaw was frequently preferred over Harry Maguire as a makeshift centre-back, and Ten Hag has apparently been impressed with Evans' leadership qualities. He has played over 500 career matches, with most of those coming in the Premier League. Evans has also been capped 102 times by Northern Ireland. The signing of Evans could push Harry Maguire further down the pecking order, with the England international set to stay at Old Trafford. In a new development, manager Erik has called up 4 under-21 players to train with the Manchester United first team following his side's poor start to the season. The Red Devils have had an underwhelming opening 2 games, with Ten Hag now under the microscope. And it now looks like the Dutch manager has rolled the dice ahead of United's clash with Nottingham Forest this weekend by calling up 4 under-21s players to the first team. Ten Hag has asked Hannibal Mejbri, Isak Hansen Aroen, Omari Forson and Marc Jurado to train alongside the first team. Despite winning 1-0 on the Premier League's opening weekend against Wolves, United were way off the pace and fans considered them lucky to come away with all 3 points. The poor performance against the Midlands club was compounded by a 2-0 defeat to Spurs last weekend, with Ange Postecoglou's side comfortably breezing past United in the second half. This weekend's matchup at Old Trafford against Forest provides the Manchester Giants a chance to get back on track against a team they're expected to beat. It's unknown whether the 4 academy prospects are going to be thrown into the mix for the game, but they all missed out on the under-21s 1-1 draw with Stockport in the EFL Trophy on Tuesday in favour of first-team training. Hannibal Mejbri is the only youngster to have made his senior debut for United, with the Tunisian international making 3 Premier League appearances in previous seasons. Forson, Jurado and Hansen Aroen are yet to step out for the first team in a competitive fixture, but all took part in the club's pre-season preparations. Fans, should the club now prioritise a left-back in light of Shaw's injury or a defensive midfielder? Leave your comments below in the comments section. Till the next time, thank you for watching.